தெரியுதா?
Yeah, ma'am. தெரியுது.
என்னோட ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுதா? Can everyone
Yes, ma'am.
see my screen? Can you see my screen now? Hello? Am I
Yes, ma'am.
audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Audible. Screen தெரியுது, ma'am.
Now, you want my video also? பேச தெரியுமா? நான் இப்படியே பேசவா? ஹலோ?
மேம் நீங்க வீடியோ கூட ஆன் பண்ணிக்கலாம், இல்லைன்னா கூட வேண்டாம். நமக்கு உங்க ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுது, நீங்க
Okay,
பேசுறது
ஒரு
நல்லா
few
கேட்குது.
minutes இருக்கட்டும், அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம ஆஃப் பண்ணி.
ஓகே மேம், தேங்க்யூ மேம். கரெக்டா இருக்கு மேம், பர்ஃபெக்ட்.
Good evening, students. Welcome you all. And I am Dr. Farida Begum. I'm happy to meet you on this portal. Let God bless us to make this 1.5 hours or 2 hours positive one by through learning, by sharing. And I welcome you all once again. And the topic to be discussed today is unlock your success tips. I just meet you with a great challenge, a challenge of generation gap between the audience and me. No, I personally, I belong to Z generation. I could say I belong to a generation which is to be called as digital immigrant, a generation that has come to the digital world after so many years. And I belong to the X generation. Talking to the Z generation people, it is a very challenging one for me. The reason behind this, you are digital children and your culture is different. Your language is different, and your everything, that is your attitude, your belief system, your value system, your entertainment pattern, your communications, your experiences, opinions, habits, behavior, everything is there is a drastic difference between yours and mine. And yours, as everything has a digital base. In your culture, everything has a digital base, and it is entirely, of course, different from mine. So it is a challenge for me to meet your need. Of course, I try my best to meet all your needs too. More or less, there are 6 generation of people now living in this world. And those generation are greatest generation, silent generation, and then baby boomers, X generation, millennials, Z generation. This is because of increased life expectancy, rapid changes in the society, the mobility of the society also. So amidst this challenge, a very big challenge, I am going to give you tips to unlock the success chips of your brain. Why I have given this topic as chips? Because you are familiar with the chips. For us, chips means it is only potato chips or something like that. For you, chips is silicon chips, which binds you in very many ways. And now the question is how to meet your need. I have gone through a reflection of what to say, how to impress you or how to ignite you through my lecture. Let us start the session. And let me close my video so that I feel. Okay. Let me start the session with a question. Are you all happy? Are you all contented? Are you all happier and contented? And will the society help you to be a better human being? That is a big question. Are you all happy? Are you all happy? No answers? Yes. How much happy you are? You want to be happier more than the present situation? Can you give me, anyone please open the audio and give me the answer? The reason for your happiness?
மேம் உயிரோட இருக்கிறதே பெரிய சந்தோஷம் மேம். இந்த
பாத்தீங்களா? That is உயிரோட இருக்கிறதே பெரிய சந்தோஷம். I was told that this platform is an English medium platform. If you could, shall I talk then with Tamil also in between?
Yes, ma'am. Being alive is a big big challenge.
Okay, being alive is a big challenge. So there is a challenge. I'm asking. That means you are happy about your life, living.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
all, I mean, do you feel contented with your life? போதும் எனக்கு இருக்கிறது போதும் இதுக்கு மேல வேண்டாம் அப்படி do you feel that? Okay, let me proceed then. Happy people are not happy, they are contented people. Only when you are contented, you are happy. Okay, அதாவது வேணும் வேணும், if you desire more, as said by Buddha, desire is the root cause for all evils. And if you want happiness in the world, you should cast away your desire னு சொல்லிருக்காங்க. That was the message from Buddha. So here it is said, if you want to be happier, you should be contented. Contented எல்லா நேரமும் நம்ம, if you are contented all the time, if you feel contented all the time, you cannot go forward. Okay, this is enough, this is enough. But life is an onward march. So you have to go with a desire, not with a greediness, but you should go forward. You should feel for coming up in your life in a contented way, but you should aspire for the best. Aspire for the best means to become a better human being. From this stage to the next stage. It is not accumulation of wealth I am talking. It is not getting more education I am talking, but to become a better human being as days go by. You should not go back. Evolution la vandu nama mela thaan ponum. You should go forward in the rung of evolution, not the ladder of evolution, not backward, no? So this is what, marching towards becoming a better human being. Now, to become a better human being, to become a successful person, you should have something. That is, you should unlock your true potentials with power of quotients. And if you unlock the true potentials in you, you can discover the success in your world. Unless otherwise you are not able to unlock the true potential which is hidden inside you. I am talking about the potential that is innate in you, that you get from the birth. From the birth, you have certain potentials, but all those potentials are they are not kinetic, they are dormant. But once through the process of education, by experiencing the world, by growing matured, you just make all the dormant innate potentials a kinetic potential. okay, which has motion. And the potential, you should understand what is there in you. That is the purpose of life. What for we are on earth. What for we are on earth. That is the understanding of the ultimate purpose of our birth. So that is how to unlock this true potential. And for that, society has made use of many techniques. And one such techniques or process is called education. Many times we say, people ask themselves, why I am suffering? What is the cause of my suffering? Suffering is a global issue. This is due to limited consciousness. Okay. We are not opening our consciousness. We have to develop a macro consciousness, which is not very easy. But once you develop this expansiveness, then there will be no sufferings. Limited consciousness is due to your narrowness in your feelings. Like you just narrowing down your attention, like mine, my family, my culture, my community, my religion. This is narrowing our consciousness. But connecting our inner self with the world around, leaving apart the selfish elements, connecting ourselves to the cosmos, and dropping our likes and dislikes will give you. Hello?
Could you please show your presentation?
Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Could you please zoom your presentation?
I couldn't. Your voice is not audible.
Ma'am, she's asking you to zoom your presentation.
Slow.
Zoom out, ma'am.
It is
PPT
zoomed
is
only.
not
It is
the
not show.
presentation.
Hello?
Hello.
Is it
Your
not clear?
presentation.
It is full screen only.
Can you zoom it your screen? Then it's much better to understand.
No, you are not audible to me. It is interrupting. Hello? 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 Can
Ma'am,
you
you can
see now?
you can continue, ma'am. It's clear only.
Yeah, okay. I don't know from where they are viewing. Okay. So that is the thing. We should not narrow down our attention to the self-centered issues. Rather, once if you open your connection with the cosmos, dropping down your selfish elements, then that will give a chance for you to unlock the true potentials that you have. All the time we feel like sitting in the comfort zone and achieving something more. But you should not do that. You should come up, open yourself, you should come out, and then you should open your wings to understand the entire world around you through your vision, not by going in, by person, you're not going there. Physical presence is not a must. You should have that inner vision of opening your ideas, opening your thinking process, analyzing over everything, reflecting over everything. That is what we need. And that is the purpose of education. Education is to remove the ignorance in you. What for education? It is to remove the ignorance in you. That is why it is told, asatoma satagamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amritam. It is leading a person from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge. Okay, if there is ignorance, what sort of ignorance is there? Or there are two types of ignorances. One is ignorance about the external world, and other one is ignorance about the inner world. Getting knowledge about the external world is very easy for you because that is the tangible one, and that is what every education process is doing now. But knowledge about the inner self is a big challenge for us. Unless otherwise you understand that, get rid of this inner ignorance or ignorance about yourself, all the degrees you achieve through education will carry only a 0 mark. Okay, it will have only a 0 mark. And if that is achieved, if you understand yourself fully well, then you get a score of 1. And any degree that is added will increase the value of adding a 0 next to it. It may be 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, lakh, million, like that you can go forward. But what is lacking? Understanding, removing the ignorance of the self is a challenge in the field of education. It's a challenge in everyone's life. And that is why I have given you this word or sentence, that is, unlock your true potentials with power of quotients and discover success in today's world. Okay, understanding yourself is knowledge. It is self-concept, nothing but self-concept. Of course, this is not easy because it is not tangible. Getting the concept about self is not tangible. And always we don't want something bad to attach to our name. Even if there is a weakness, we will not openly accept that I am weak in this point. We just behave in the world how we ought to behave and not how we are. We just project ourselves in the society, in what way the society expects you to behave. That is the thing. And so getting that ignorance away from you is the first step, and you can get your knowledge. It needs, of course, it's a pressurable. It has some pressure on you. It is not easy. It is a big challenge. Understanding yourself is a big challenge. And for example, you see that in lignite corporation, no, they pressure they put the timber under pressure, and then it becomes coal. Again, they give pressure to the coal, it becomes lignite, and again pressure, it becomes diamond. So it is possible only with pressure. That pressure goes in 3 steps for understanding your self-concept. That is, first thing, you should understand yourself. After understanding yourself, understanding is about your strength, about your weaknesses, what is possible for you, what are the energies that have in abundance, what I have to do. These things you should analyze inwardly. That is inner journey. And then second things, after accepting, okay, this is my height, this is my color, this is my temperament, this is my attitude, you have to accept yourself. Many a time there is contradiction between your inner concept and your projection, and that leads to confusion. Your body is a wonderful, a very intelligent body. Whatever you feed them, it just store it in its memory. And if you give a contradictory message to the already stored memory, then the body will get confused. So once you understand yourself fully well, then you should accept it. Accepting. You should not feel like I am not like this, I am not like this, I am not like Aishwarya Rai, I am not like Ambani. That is God's gift. We cannot go in for that. And making use of this only, nowadays many cosmetic companies are growing in abundance. How can you become fair in 7 days? So these are all humbugs. But we go behind all those things because we are not accepting as we are, and we want to behave like somebody else. So that is accepting yourself. And finally, you be yourself. You don't try to be like somebody else. Oh, she is acting like this. She is scoring more marks. She is in the good books of others. She is beautiful. Let them be whatever you be as what you are. And that acceptance is very, very important. Now, let us go to the next scenario. This is what your education should help you to get the knowledge of yourself and the knowledge of the external world. We have more education today, and we get more diplomas, more degrees, more education, and you see around you more number of educational centers. But this is increasing on the one hand. The other side, there is equally increase of corruption, greed, selfishness, poverty, sincerity, and integrity. All these are lacking. If you are an educated person, you are supposed to be a noble person, a person above all these petty issues. Like you should not be a greedy person. You should come out of your selfishness, and through education, you should be out of your poverty, all these things. But imagine or just see around you, what is the situation? The cup of life is so full of poison today, and there is no end to man's mental worries. And that is why I asked the question whether you are happy, whether you are contented. Today I'm having this much of money, and I feel that I should work for more money, more money, more money, more money, more money. And what we have to do is we want more peace, still more peace, still more peace, peace to the eternal self. And that way we are not going. We are going behind money, money, more money. Kasu, panam, tuttu, one song is there, no? Like that, we just accumulate material wealth and we forget our happiness. We forget our peacefulness. We run for something else. Why? Why? What is the reason behind it? And there are so many reasons in the current society for lack of peacefulness in the people or happiness in the people. The main reason is non-existence of the joint family system, which we had in the past, that has adversely affected the present educational scenario also. And the second reason is, even in the education, there is no holistic approach. It deals only with the external world around us, and nothing is taught related to the inner self of an individual. And the third is misdirected educational system. Instead of developing a person as a humane person, a humane human being, it is only directed toward superficial surface level achievement. And today's education is oriented towards mark. Now, the past few days you are seeing, no, so much mark, 100 out of 100, 600 out of 600. How many of these students who have achieved 600 out of 600 or above 575 or something like that have succeeded in their life? Maybe success has its own idea. For every individual, they have their own idea about success. But real success is not achieving marks. It is, of course, mark is also important. Money is also important. Money is the fundamental thing for our life. But money is not only the important thing in life. But for their scoring marks today, what the parents say, you just score more marks, you get admission in a better college, you get a campus interview, you'll be selected and you will go for online, abroad for a job, you can earn more money. Okay, after earning more money, after earning more like that, millionaire aana piragu, what you are going to do? At the end of it, again, accumulation only. But do you have that peacefulness in your heart? Do you feel the happiness in you? Have you spent your life, have you spent any time of your life for your own satisfaction? Have you given space for your taste, temperaments? Have you enjoyed the nature? That's a big question. We are running. We are running behind something else, right from the morning till night. We work 24/7. Okay, that is the thing. Design, today's education is designed purely for money making and not for man making, and only promotes the negative qualities like jealousy, hatred, rivalry, instead of virtues like kindness, compassion, and honesty. And today's education, as I told you, it is synonymous with examination, employment, and empowerment, and not, it does not stand for emancipation, ennoblement, and evolution. What is empowerment? Literally speaking, it is just getting a power. But instead of that, what should we have? Emancipation. Emancipation, liberation from all the fetters of life. Do we feel like that? Whether you're out of the bonds of your life? No, we are tied to the bonds. And what is ennoblement? It is act of raising someone's nobility. Nobility is something, a virtue. then there should be a development from a simple form to a more advanced one. That is evolution. And we are at the top of the evolution ladder. Are we all going above the ladder to something more like a divine being, or just coming down to animal-like behavior? What you see in the world today, it is not advancement. Of course, they go backward in their behavior. You see everywhere when every day, when in the morning, when you open the newspaper, or when you open the TV, the news channels, you see something of harassment to the people around. Some way of harassment to a man to a lady to a man, a father to a son, son to the father. Like this, all these things are going around. Conflicts, full of conflicts, chaos. So what is the reason for this? We are going, either we say that we have a sixth sense as human being, but where is that sixth sense now? I mean, destroying. There is genocide everywhere. There is war going somewhere in the world. One part of the world, war is going, fighting for something, material things. They are fighting for material goods and material aspects. What is the reason for this? What you gain out of the education? Where we are standing? That is a big question. What ought to be? What ought to be? The term education means it is to bring out, to rise, to nourish. It is to bring out what it is to bring up. It is to bring out the innate potential and to nourish them. Unless otherwise it is brought out, you cannot nourish it. So it is there somewhere in you. It is hidden in you, and that should be brought out, that potential. That is why in that first slide it showed that is to understand the inner potential to lead a successful life. So education should help you to get that inner potential out of you, and the society, in terms of your parents, in terms of your teacher and the elders around you, should help the children to grow into what it is meant to be. It is not no artificial thing. What it is meant to be in the world. The child has to bring up like a plant in the garden by the teacher. His potentiality should be developed with proper care and nourishment. That is caring. Educere means it is to lead out. These are all the etymological derivations from where we get the term education. So the term educere means to lead out. It is to bring from. Each and every child has an innate power. We are not born as an empty sack in the world. Even when you are in your mother's womb, you are given all those potentials by the Almighty. If you believe in the power of Almighty, we get all those finite qualities from the Creator. The innate powers of the child should be properly cared, given scope to develop, and it should be located, and proper education should be given. And in the last thing, E plus Duco means, E means bringing out from inside. It is drawing out from inside. After drawing it from out inside, what to be done? It should be helped to progress or to develop in what it is ought to be developed. But who should do this? How it should be done? By whom it should be done? That is a big question. You should understand, kalvi veru, edutharivu veru. Education is different, and your ability to read and write is different. So education means if you are educated, you should have it in your personality. It should show. Panbatta, you should have that character in you. Educated person means that should be shown in your behavior. See, that is why the germinal in the individual should be drawn out, nourished, and disciplined. The child can only be what he has the capacity of becoming and what he himself is willing to become, said by Swami Vivekananda. See, many parents, they start comparing the children with the other children, neighborhood children, or from the classmates. That is not fair. Don't compare yourself or your children with other children or others, because you are meant for something special. You understand that special character and you try to mold that character into a positive one. Not of comparing others. One may be good at mathematics, one may be good at music, one may be good at dancing. And you should not pressurize yourself or your children to dance like others, to sing like others. That is a very bad thing. And that will pull down the energy of the children, or even it will pull down your own energy, and it will end up with so many crises. Education is the progressive discovery of your own ignorance. That is the thing. The word of education is pregnant with, the world of education today is pregnant with so much of doubts and concepts on the type of education that should be structured. Does all this mean that from the very beginning, we fail to focus on the vital part of education, and we just changing the corollary aspects of education? Education should concentrate on removing the inner ignorance. Failing in that, we just concentrate on giving knowledge about the external world, and the amount of knowledge we gather is abundant. You are living in a knowledge era. There is explosion of knowledge, and today's knowledge become obsolete. Tomorrow, some new knowledge is coming, and it is very difficult for us to assimilate those knowledge. So instead of gathering the external knowledge, going in behind those external knowledge, first thing you try to understand your internal self, and that by itself will help you to learn the external world.
அது வந்து இங்கிலீஷ்ல எப்படி சொல்லுவீங்க? காம்ப்ரிஹெண்ட் பண்றதா?
என்னம்மா?
நீங்க எஜுகேஷன் வேற, எழுதுறது படிக்கிறது வேறன்னு சொன்னீங்க.
Only right, that is skill oriented. Real education is not your LSRW. Learning, writing, reading, அதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு, நல்லா கணக்கு போட தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு, 100 மார்க் வாங்கிட்டோம், that is another part. But real education is something more than that. It should help you to become a better human being, a better individual. புரியுதா உங்களுக்கு?
எஸ் மேம், இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்.
அதாவது நமக்குள்ள ஒரு ஜெர்மினல் இருக்கும், ஒரு விதை இருக்கும். நமக்குள்ள கடவுள் வந்து நமக்கு ஒரு விதை போட்டு அனுப்பியிருக்காரு. இந்த விதையை நம்ம அதுக்கான ஒரு, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இஃப் ஐ சே லைக் in a classroom there are 100 children are there ன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. The same way in a garden there are 100 plants of different types. இப்ப மரம் இருக்கும், செடி இருக்கும். If I talk in Tamil, will the others understand? How about others?
Ma'am, there are few who doesn't know Tamil at all.
Better but if I speak in English, you can understand, no?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there will be number of plants. Some may be trees, some are shrubs. Then you have like creepers, and like that, different types of plants you will have. And there may be neem trees, mango trees, guava trees, rose plant, jasmine plant. Like that, you have number of plants. Will you water it and manure it in the same way? Will you do it? Do they need the same amount of water, same amount of support, same amount of fertile air and fertile earth?
No, ma'am.
Then the individual needs are different. For the tree, the need of water is more. For a shrub, it is the amount of water needed is very little. So the gardener knows when to water a plant, when not to water it, and when to prune it, when not to prune it. Like that, a teacher must understand, a parent must understand this particular child, and you cannot expect mangoes from a neem tree or jasmine from a rose plant. You can expect only rose from a rose plant and mangoes from a mango tree. Leaving that behind, what we are doing is we want every neem tree to give mangoes. Is that good? That is what happening in our educational system, not giving importance to the individual talents or individual individual potentials. Of course, general education is very much needed. General knowledge is very much needed. But there should be a part where there is scope for blooming yourself to the full. And that scope is not available in the present day education. So Swami Vivekananda added this also, that is, until your inner teacher opens, all the outside teaching is in vain. Unless you understand yourself, whatever knowledge you put into the cup is a waste. What a cup, mother. It is like a cup with a hole that will go down. It will not store inside. What the child need, what amount of knowledge the child need, what the child can assimilate, that knowledge should the teacher and parents should have. Without that, pouring inside knowledge after knowledge, ideas after ideas, it won't store there. It won't get stored there. So it is very important that we have to open the inner teacher, and that is how to open this inner teacher is a big question in front of us. Okay. And that is what I told, that you unlock the success chips in you. Chips are there. The role each one of us we have is to activate those chips. Unless otherwise you understand those chips, you cannot activate it. And today I would like to give you few chips. I mean, explain you about few those success chips. There are a lot, but I cannot concentrate on all those things in one day class. But a few ideas I'll give, and which are very important, crucial chips to be activated to the most. And that is what my role is today. So how to open the inner teacher? Let me say. So another part is, if you are educated, you should have some like what to say, elite behavior. I mean, that is elite behavior in the sense your behavior should show to others that okay, he's a learned person. That is what? That is internally, behavior is a response to things that are happening both internally and externally. Internally, we have our thoughts. Your thoughts, your feelings. Your thoughts and feelings will become your external behavior. Your thoughts and feelings will become your external behavior. That is externally, how you behave in the environment, how you just move with the other people, how you establish your relationship with your neighbors, relationship with your classmates, relationship with your higher authorities. All these things are the manifestation of your thoughts and feelings. So learning as a modification of an individual's behavior through experience and training. Learning includes those factors that bring relatively enduring or permanent changes in our behavior. Today, you may be ignorant of something, but today's learning, you will have some modification tomorrow in your thoughts, in your feelings. I hope after listening to the class, there should be some modifications or some changes in your thoughts and feelings, and that thoughts and feelings will naturally be manifested in your establishment of your relationship with others, or in your going about all these things. So there should be some relatively permanent changes in your behavior, and that is what the role of education also. Sometimes if we ask what is education, we say it is behavior modification. So education is a transformation process from animosity to humanity, from humanity to divinity. Like by birth, are we all aware of the culture in which we are born? Are we all aware of the gender to which we belong? Are we all aware of the your caste, community, or something like that? Certainly not. No? பிறக்கும்போது இதெல்லாம் தெரியுமாமா? தெரியாது. We have only few feelings which is there even for animals. Like you have pain, you have pleasure, you have hungry, anger. All these feelings are there. All these emotions are there. Whenever you feel, tired, you just cry and you make others understand. that you are not comfortable, and so that mothers will make whatever is necessary. So only that. Infancy la adu mattum dhaan namakku irukum. As days go by, as you learn through imitation, your parents and people around you will learn something, and that is the capacity of our brain. So slowly it learns from the experiences, and our behavior modifies. No, we will at the age of 5 we will cry for a toy in the shop, in the open market. But will you cry in the open market for a toy or a sari or a chudidar in a shop today at the age of 20? No, certainly not. So there is change of behavior. We know how to behave, where to behave, in which way to behave, everything we know. So that is the, we just lead from the education, help us to go, go from animosity to humanity, and it should lead us from humanity to divinity. That is the eternal idea about education. There is divinity in everybody because we are the blessings of God. We have everything, God's potentials we have in figments, and His divinity is there in us. The divine potential is also there in us, but it is somewhere hidden. In the deep down of our heart, it is hidden there. But how, when it will come out? When you bloom into a good personality, when education help you to mold your personality in such a way, the divine potential will come out. Okay, adukku help pannanum. Education should help to bring out the divinity in you. That is why Swami Vivekananda has said it is manifestation of the divinity in you, manifestation of perfection in you. That is education. So being generous, forgiving, doing good for others, love for others, not ordinary love, but divine love, without any condition, without boundary, without change, that is divinity. Are we all generous towards others? Do we forgive others, those who make something wrong to us? Do we do good to others? We love others. God, Jesus has said, love your neighbor as thyself. But these are all divine potentials. An educated person should show all these things in his behavior. If those behaviors are not in our personality, not in our behavior pattern, then we cannot call us as an educated person. We are all just graduated individuals and not educated individuals. Okay? If you are educated, there should be all these qualities like being generous, loving others, and love without conditions and without boundary, without change. That is what divinity means. Okay? So that is behavior. Now, there is domains of learning. We have 3 domains in our learning area. That is, we have to concentrate on the cognitive domain, the affective domain, and the psychomotor domain. Cognitive goes with your thinking and thoughts process. Affective domain is with the feeling level. Psychomotor is the action or the skill. I could say it is the skill area. It goes with cognitive domain goes with it goes with sorry. It goes with cognitive domain goes with your intellectual side, affective domain with your feeling side, and psychomotor domain with your skill side. That is, it goes with your head, it goes with your heart. This goes with your hand, skill, hand and legs. You can have it, motor skills. Okay, this is with your affective domain, and this is with your cognitive side. So this that is தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா அறிவாற்றல் புலம், then திறன் சார்ந்த புலம் psychomotor, and it is உளம் சார்ந்தது. உளம் சார்ந்தது your heart related qualities, your head related qualities, your psychomotor qualities, your skill related or your motor kinetic aspect. Okay, so these are all the 3 domains of learning. What determines the human behavior? Our external action determines. Of course, how do you judge a person about his behavior? You just judge him out of his actions. If he is very polite, is saluting you, is wishing you, smiles at you, you'll say, oh, he is very polite, he is very friendly. Like that, you'll say, no. So first thing is your external action, then your motivation, our work towards others, our attitude. Attitude, you know, there are positive attitude and negative attitude. It is the output of the anything, whether it is motivation, whether it is your attitude, it is the content of our brain or content of our mind. Content means, from where do you get the content of your brain? Content we get from our experience. All experiences is education. Whatever you experience right from your mother's womb till you reach the tomb, கருவறையிலிருந்து கல்லறை வரை நாம் பெறுகிற அனுபவங்கள் அனைத்துமே கல்வி அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. அப்படின்னா இட் இஸ் அவுட்புட் ஆஃப் த கண்டென்ட் ஆஃப் நம்ம பிரெயின்ல என்ன இருக்கு, நம்மளுடைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் வேற மாதிரி இருக்கும், உங்களோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் வேற மாதிரி. எவ்ரிபடிஸ் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட். We live in different atmosphere, different environment. We are brought up by different parents. We are brought up in different economic climates. So the output of the content of our brain is in turn determined by our orientation towards reality. Content come from our experience. And our experience, you get right from your womb to tomb. What is your orientation regarding life? Whether you have positive orientation or negative orientation. If you are positively oriented, you will be happy, you will be conscious, you will be satisfied, you will lead a stress-free life. But on the other hand, if you have negative orientation towards life, somebody told that they are happy about living. இன்னைக்கு காலகட்டத்துல வாழ்றதே ஒரு பெரிய விஷயம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. அப்போ that gives them, okay, I am living, I should live, and living சும்மா வாழ்றது ஓகேயா, சிம்பிள் லைஃப். சிம்பிளி என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா, வெந்ததை தின்னும் விதி வந்த சாபம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. சும்மா பிறந்தோம் தோன்றிட் புகழோடு தோன்றுக தோன்றினும் அக்திலா தோன்றினும் தோன்றாமை நன்றுன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. அப்போ once born, we should achieve the purpose of our life. Before achieving it, we should understand what is the purpose of my life on earth. So you should march towards it. So that is what understanding of the self is very important, I am telling. So that will give you happiness. Then negative means depression, suicidal tendency, anxiety, stress, etc. And even a 2-year child, 3-year child, even before starting to talk fluently, they say, I am very tensed. You can hear this word, I am நான் ரொம்ப டென்ஷனா இருக்கேன், நான் ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஸா இருக்கேன். See, this is the situation in today's world. How to manufacture a positive orientation towards your life and lead a successful life. Let me give you some suggestions. Now, there are two kinds of persons based on their behavior. You may come across these persons around you. There are people whom we call as compulsive person. There are people who we call as conscious person. Sometimes in our life too, though we are conscious, sometimes we'll become compulsive also due to temptations. Manida maram oru kurangu. No, your mind is a monkey only. It will jump as it wants. And that is what? Compulsive person, you are not in charge of your thought or your action or your emotions. If you are not in charge, who is in charge of your action? Some external factor and forces is deciding everything. It acts upon you. What is those? See, I told even on that day when I was taking the same topic in Tamil for the Tamil medium students, I told them, most of them, you will have the credit cards. Even if you don't have, they will just knock at your door to get one. And you will be tempted to get a credit card. After getting a credit card, they say you can get this one with a little amount of payment. Card, and you can pay this much, that. Okay, when you go to a shop, you buy whatever you want. out of temptation through your credit card, and you have to pay EMI every month. And once something else come on the way, balking you to pay your EMI, then there comes the problem. Everything tumbles. The normal cycle of your life will get disturbed. There again, that will lead to stress. That will lead to depression. That will take you to commit suicide. That we see every day. This sort of news we get in the newspapers also. They have committed suicide, a family together, even the 5-year child together, they have committed suicide because of debts. So this is the temptation we have. So our thought and actions, emotions, everything is being controlled by something external factors. And youth, if you are of the adolescent group, people are here, you are tempted, you are controlled by the so-called cell phone, the idiot box with you. I call it as an idiot box only, because if it is used for positive thing, okay, it is good. If you use it for learning like this, it is good. But many a time, many youth, it distracts them from their goal. It distracts them from the righteous way of living. So that is very sad thing that I see, how children are getting spoiled today because of the cell phone. They get caught with love affairs, premarital relationships, extramarital relationship, all because of this social media influences. So how we are going to use this mobile phone or this Android phones, iPhones, everything, that depends on your thoughts and actions. So there are certain persons, we call them as conscious persons, who are very intelligent also. Because whatever is there around you, nothing will distract them from their target, from their goal. You are conscious enough to know what is happening around you, what is happening in my mind, and how to remove the negativity with positivity. And you are not in the mercy of others, other gadgets, or other people. Or people may also influence you. So, avanga sonnanga, ivanga sonnanga, and we should not change our target. You should hit your wagon to stars. அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி போகும்போது நீங்க அட்லீஸ்ட் யூ கேன் ரீச் த மூன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஒன்ஸ் யூ ஹவ் ஃபிக்ஸ்ட் யுவர் டார்கெட், அதை நோக்கி குதிரைக்கு கடிவாளம் போட்ட மாதிரி யூ ஹாவ் டு மூவ் ஃபார்வர்ட். யூ ஆர் நாட் அட் த மர்சி ஆஃப் அதர்ஸ். The difference between the two is the measure of intelligence. Who are compulsive, who are conscious, those who are very intelligent, they are very conscious. And by being conscious, they become more intelligent. Once if you become a compulsive person, being an intelligent person, your intelligence will get down. So more intelligent, you become more the conscious and become more still intelligent. On the contrary, if compulsive, even if you are intelligent, you are at the mercy of others. So now many of you will be in the group of adolescent and youth, I suppose. I don't know how many of you are there in the meeting. Many will be in the adolescent group. Adolescent as individuals, we call them from the age of 10. Hello? Anything you want to...
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any doubt? Somebody is interrupting? Okay. Adolescent as individual is who are in the age range of 10 to 9 are called as adolescent. Kumara Parvam. Adolescent is no longer a child, not yet an adult. They are in between. So parents and others are trying to deal with the transitional phase. It is a transitional phase. Any transitional phase is very difficult to manage. They are in a crossroad. How to direct them, which road to take, they are in need of guidance. Guidance from the elders, guidance from the parents, guidance from the teacher is a must. But this age, though they need the guidance, they are not ready to get the guidance from the parents. They think that they know everything in the world. That is again the problem of the age. And they prefer only what friends says. They believe what the friends are telling is the truth. So again, from the age of 15 to 24, we call them as youth. Youth and adolescence, there is not much difference in their mentality, in their emotions, in their intelligence. I mean, intelligence, of course, different in their emotions. They are in the period of stress and storm only. So for them, what is the difference when they are called as matured individuals? That we can see in the coming slides. So again, your behavior, your thought, your action, all depends, or all, for all, the seat is your brain. So brain has an exhaustive capacity. The mental powers, they grow with proper use. Only when you use the mental powers, they grow. So that is why I said all the chips are inside in you. What you have to do is, you have to make use of it in a proper way. You have to give exercise as you give exercise to your physical body. Unless the part of the brain that is responsible for all your actions, emotions, and intelligence, if it is not trained properly, you cannot maximize the intelligence, or you cannot use your emotional intelligence or any other intelligence, and it will not control your behavior. Your behavior will go out of your control. So lack of proper understanding of the brain structure and its proper use results in improper use or total neglect of your brain power. It is like a sponge. It will absorb everything. And in the growing age, hence it becomes imperative both for the teachers, students, to understand how our brain works, its marvelous potentials. The students can discover their potential and enhance their performance using the brain concept in learning. If you understand what is hidden in your brain, what are all the functions the brain is responsible, how it operates, all these things, if once you come to understand, then that will lead you to success in your life. So நமக்குள்ள இருக்க anatomy என்ன, நம்ம அதையெல்லாம் தெரியாம தான் இன்னைக்கு என்ன பண்றோம், we just go in for other activities, smoking, becoming addicted to drinks. All these things spoils our vital organs, but we don't bother about it. Why we don't bother? Because we don't have clear-cut knowledge about how this particular body works. What are all the important organs? There, when you open a computer, you have an input unit, you have an output unit, you have a processing unit. In the same way, we too have input unit, we have processing unit, we have your output units in our body. So all these units should be taken care of. All your input units are your sense organs. Sense organs are called as the gateways of your learning, gateways of your knowledge. Through your sense organs, you receive informations, and it reaches your brain. From there, it is being processed, and it is given as output through your actions. And each part of the brain is responsible for certain activities. Without understanding the total functioning of the body, we just take it for granted. And that is why we cannot reach our potentials to the maximum. So we have to understand what is there in our brain. See, our brain is a wonderful mechanism, a wonderful organ. You cannot imagine the exhaustive potential the brain has. So you have a frontal lobe in the front, which is important for all your solutions, to find out the solutions to your problem, for making correct decisions, reasoning out. All this part of the brain is responsible. And you have your temporal lobe, where this auditory, காதுக்கு பின்னாடி, like this is important for hearing. This region is important for your perfect vision. And this auditory In the temporal lobe, you have the language area because you learn language through hearing. So this is vernix area is important for your mastery in languages. Okay. So parietal, this is association cortex like that. This parietal lobe is there. Then the outer edge, இப்படி பாத்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய convulsions எல்லாம் இருக்கும். இப்படி சுத்தி சுத்தி இருக்கு. இந்த cortex is very, very important. Very beautifully organized. The gray matter ஒன்னு இருக்கு. That is responsible for our intelligence. இதெல்லாம் நீங்க brain உள்ள போய் படிக்கும் போது you will understand the specifications of the brain. See, you have a body awareness area. In the area activate பண்ணீங்கன்னா you will become aware of your body. This area, occipital lobe, this is for language. This is for vision. This is for reading. This is for facial recognition. This area is... So all this area should be activated. எப்பவுமே அதுக்கு exercise கொடுத்துட்டே இருக்கணும். This is for speech.
Ma'am, gray matter மட்டும் சிம்பிளா சொல்ல முடியுமா ma'am?
Gray matter is your responsible for your intelligence, ma. I will next slide la adu varudha, I'll tell you. That is depends on the gray matter only. Your intelligence acumen இருக்கு இல்லையா, நுண்ணறிவு இருக்கு இல்ல, that gray matter is responsible for that.
மேம் எப்படி எக்ஸசைஸ் கொடுக்கணும் மேம்? எப்படி
gray matter you cannot by exercising all this, the gray matter வந்து உங்களுக்கு strengthen ஆயிட்டே இருக்கும். உள்ள இது இந்த எல்லா மசில்ஸ்க்கும் நம்ம எக்ஸசைஸ், அதுக்கு தான் இப்ப எல்லாம் சொல்றாங்க யோகா பண்ண சொல்றாங்க, மெடிடேஷன் பண்ண சொல்றாங்க. இதெல்லாம் வே ஆஃப் ஆக்டிவேட்டிங் யுவர் பிரெயின். அண்ட் யூ ஹாவ் டு ட்ரெயின் எவ்ரி டே. யூ ஹாவ் டு கிவ் எக்ஸசைஸ் லைக் லாங்குவேஜ். ஏதாவது பாட்டு கேட்குறீங்க, ஏதாவது லாங்குவேஜ் நீங்க வாசிக்கணும், புக்கு வாசிக்கணும். இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம பண்ணிட்டே இருக்க உங்க நியூரானல் நெட்வொர்க்ஸ் வந்து ரீவயரிங் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கும். புதுசா இன்னைக்கு நீங்க கேட்குறீங்களே என்கிட்ட, இதை கேட்கறது கூட உங்க பிரெயின்ல நெட்வொர்க்ல ஒரு சேஞ்சஸ் உண்டு பண்ணும். அது புதுசா ஒரு நெட்வொர்க் ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். அங்கேருந்து உங்களுக்கு ஒரு இக்னைட் ஒன்று, ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, ஒரு இன்சைட் வரலாம். ஸோ இந்த விஷயத்துல எல்லாம் நீங்க பிரெயினை வந்து தனியா படிக்கணும். நான் இன்னும் நிறைய போக வேண்டியிருக்கு. இது இப்படி இருக்குங்கிறத தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. One day I will ask them to give one particular session just to teach about the brain and its capacity. Okay, எப்படி என்ன பண்ணுங்கிறத நான் சொல்லி தரேன். இப்ப வந்து ஒரு வழிகாட்டுதலுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுங்கிறது மட்டும்தான் இந்த செஷன்ல உங்களுக்கு எனக்கு டைம் இருக்கு சொல்றதுக்கு. இதை பத்தி பேசணும்னா hours and hours I can speak. So you have to speak. அது ஒரு கொஞ்சமா நம்ம அடக்கம் பண்ண முடியாது அதுக்குள்ள. ஸோ இந்த ஓவரால் ஐடியாவை யூ கெயின் இட். அண்ட் தென் அது எப்படி இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணணும், என்ன பண்ணணும், அதுக்கு என்ன உணவு கொடுக்கணும், அதுக்கு எப்படி பூஸ்ட் பண்ணுங்கிறதெல்லாம் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஏரியா. வில் see it afterwards. Okay, if time permits or in the next class. ஸோ இதுதான் நம்மளோட பிரெயின், இதுதான் நம்மளுடைய பவர், இதுல தான் டேஸ்ட். இப்போ சப்போஸ் ஆக்சிடென்ட் எல்லாம் ஆயிட்டு, இஃப் யூ ஹேப்பன் டு ரிமூவ் ஒன் பார்ட் ஆஃப் தி பிரெயின், இப்போ முன் மண்டையில அடிபட்டு, அதுக்கு தான் தலைக்கவசம் உயிர் கவசம் அப்படின்னு எல்லாம் சொல்றாங்க. யூ ஹாவ் டு வேர் ஹெல்மெட் அண்ட் ஆல். இஃப் யூ ஹாவ் அ பிளட் கிளாட் ஆர் சம்திங், அடிபட்டு இஃப் இந்த ஏரியால அடிபட்டுருச்சு அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, அங்க பிளட் கிளாட் ஆயிட்டா நீங்க மெதுவா அந்த பிளட் கிளாட்டை ரிமூவ் பண்ணும்போது, இஃப் த நர்வ் சிஸ்டம் இன் திஸ் ஏரியா கெட் டேமேஜ் ஆல்சோ, யூ வில் நாட் கெட் தி ஸ்மெல். அந்த உணர்வு இல்லாம போயிடும். வில் நாட் கெட் தட் ஃபீலிங். ஸ்மெல்லே தெரியாது. ஐ ஹாவ் சீன் பீப்புள், those who lead their life without having the smell of the fragrance. என்னன்னே தெரியாது. சமைக்கிறது என்ன வாசனை வருது, சுத்தி என்ன இருக்கு, ஒண்ணுமே தெரியாது அவங்களுக்கு.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, please continue in English, ma'am. Many of them are finding it difficult.
Okay. If suppose if there is by chance, because of accident, if there is need to ampute this part, no, then that's all. That is the end of your smelling capacity. You cannot have the smelling capacity. You cannot smell anything. You cannot get the fragrance of anything. So in that way, every part of the brain is very, very essential. So you have to take care of it. You have to protect it. You have to give energy to it. You have to give exercise to your brain daily. And if you understand the brain capacity fully well and its role in the learning and in leading a successful life, once if this is opened, then everything will work towards you, not against you. So that is the thing. It is a wonderful mechanism. It is a wonderful organ. You have to take care of your brain. very much. And next is, this shows a dynamic mapping of human cortical development. See, this is the brain of an 5-year-old child, and this is the brain of the adolescent child, and this is the brain of the 20-year-old boy or girl. You see more of orange or red or yellow area here, whereas it get decreased as the age goes by. And finally, there is full of blue and gray concept in this. Okay. The prefrontal lobe of the brain in both men and women are not completely developed until about the age of 25. The prefrontal lobe, this is the prefrontal lobes, are those portions of the brain which manage decisions. They contain the moral judgment of our decision making and lead us to make decisions that are best possible decisions. If we would rather do something else, this does not mean that the rest of the brain stops developing. There is certain elasticity in the brain, especially in the dendrites, which we receive information from the other neurons and where memories can be stored at least temporarily. Okay. So basically, the brain is fully developed at this age, but there is still room to absorb new experiences. That is why we just see children not to take any big decisions about life up to the age of 24, because sometimes it may go wrong, not for all, but for majority they cannot go in for the right decision up to 24 because of this area. Okay, this area get fully developed only at the age of 24. Scientifically, they say. So, but what happens, you see nowadays, even in the school age, by 16, 17, 18, 19, they just fix their life partners and they get involved with the relationship, and that end with chaos at last. So you have to wait till the age of 24. And you can have an analytical brain to analyze whether it is good for your life in future, because life after 24 is a long life. You may live for 60, 70 years, but that you have to decide in this age. So you have to wait patiently till the age of 24, or else you have to get the guidance from your parents and elders who have real concern over your betterment. So this is what, don't urge yourself or your children to take decision before the age of 24 regarding their life issues. Okay. Next, you see the adolescent brain. If you see the adolescent brain, it is full of something temporary enjoyments and some mood upsets, peer pressures. There is a craving for drugs, or just to try. Or let us try what it is. Everybody says that this will be like that. Let us also try. They'll go for a trial, and that they get click to it. So there will be fear in them. There will be moods, ups and downs in adolescent brain. They will love music, friends, fashion. It's all about me. They will not concentrate on others. They will not have concern about others. They just concentrate on themselves. Self-centered like that, we can have it. And then for them, parents and rules, regulations, all those things will be boring. And they have a doubtful mind regarding what to study, regarding what they should, which job they should aspire for, regarding the future. All these things are in a confused state in an adolescent brain. So sometimes we may snub them, like parents would snub them, like you are a grown up, you don't know this, don't know that, you are doing like this, like that. But their brain says like that, what to do. The children are not doing, their impulses, their system works like that. So you just show concern to their adolescents, tell them the reality of life, because you have crossed through the life. Parents might have, they have crossed through their adolescent. They know what they have experienced. So with patience, you just guide them and advise them to analyze everything. You tell them this is the age, you will do like that, but nothing wrong in that. But you have to correct yourself. This is the chance. So if you stop them, or if you beat them, or if you fight with them, they will become rebellion, and they would like to do it again and again, and to make us worried. So this is what happening in many of the houses. Parents, you should be mentors to the children. Instead of being a mentor, we become somebody else, like who we ourselves lead our children to the wrong path. Because we are curious about their future. We want our children to be the best. With that concern, we'll be scolding. But that scolding results in another way, in a negative way. So this is the age we have to give. You just say them, this is the age. This is the impulse you have. This is the instinct you have. This urge you will have. All these things will be there. It is quite normal. But once you reach this age, everything you will understand. So wait till that age. Like that, you should give guidance to the younger generation and to lead them to a positive life. Okay, next, this is again about prefrontal ideas and prefrontal concept, how it is developed and other things. And in today's fast-paced and dynamic world, achieving success and personal growth goes beyond conventional intelligence. Okay, processing the right quotients is crucial for navigating challenges. You should have right quotient of intelligence, right quotient of emotion, right quotient of your spiritual intelligence, everything for navigating the challenges, fostering meaningful connections, and for driving innovations. The concept of quotient has emerged as a vital factor in thriving in various aspects of life. Let us explore the significance of various quotients and their real life applications, inspiring you to unlock your potentials and thrive in today's dynamic landscape. We'll go to the topic. Now only I am taking you to the topic of unlocking your potentials. What are the quotients of life? There are different quotients. You have IQ, you have EQ, AQ, CQ, SQ, DQ, MQ. All for some it may be not new. For some it may be new. But let me explain one by one. I'm not going to explain all these things. For all these quotients, your brain is the center. So how to activate your brain area to become a successful person, that is in your hand. Once you understand the concept, once you understand something that you learn, there should be change in your behavior tomorrow. So you start learning. If you open the Google, you get umpteen number of information regarding the brain power, how to use it, how not to use it. இதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு இருக்கு. இன்னைக்கு you have that with the click of a button. That is very easy. So just go through it. And today I'm going to concentrate only on IQ, EQ, AQ, SQ, and DQ. The other Qs intercepts with all these things. This is financial quotient, and like that, it is something creative quotient, all those things. But I'm not going to concentrate on all these things. I'm going to concentrate only the very important quotients that are responsible for a happy life, for a contented life, for a peaceful life, and for a successful life. Okay, this is IQ, this is EQ, this is AQ, DQ, and SQ, the 5 quotients we are going to concentrate today. Let me first say, what is this quotient means? It refers to one's capacity to identify and respond to one's own physical self in situations like pain, hunger, frustration, fatigue, etc. One's ability to behave with wisdom and compassion while maintaining inner and outer peace. Okay, that is quotient. If IQ பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா இதெல்லாம் நம்ம அங்கேயே பார்த்துட்டோம். லைக் cognitive, your brain எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா இந்த சென்ட்ரல் ஏரியா இருக்கு இல்லையா, this is the recognition network. This is the strategic networks are here. This is the affective network. That is, you get the what of learning, the how of learning, the why of learning in these areas. Why and how of learning is very, very important, you know. Then the what. Of course, without knowing what it is, you cannot go how and you cannot get an answer to how and why. But which is more important, after getting the knowledge, you should analyze, you should reflect on how is it, why is it, like these things, they are very important. So a teacher must understand knowledge is the first step of learning. It is not the end of learning. Knowledge is the first step of learning. Through the knowledge you receive, you have to create a new knowledge. And for creating a new knowledge, you should understand the how of it and the why of it. And unless otherwise, you cannot create new knowledge. யாரெல்லாம் new knowledge create பண்றாங்கன்னா, the one after getting the what of the knowledge about the information about everything, they process those information, they work for wisdom, getting wisdom. They become wiser. They use it for the betterment of the self, betterment of the human kingdom, betterment of the society, betterment of the environment. That is what real learning means. So this part is recognition of the what of learning. This is the how of, because this is here is the reasoning area. This is the analytical mind. The reasoning, analysis, decision making, problem solving, all these things depends here. So idella how of learning. The why of learning is this area, center of your brain. It stimulate interest and motivation for learning. இதெல்லாம் நமக்கு பெரிய ஏரியா. இத தனியா நம்ம வந்து நிறைய. This is the universal design for learning. Okay. Now, the idea behind learning more about your inner genius is to become better learner and communicator. If you can communicate more effectively, you become more influential and achieve greater level of success. So, நமக்கு என்ன வேணும்? We should become a better learner and communicator. Once you become a better learner, that is not enough. Whatever you learned should be communicated to the others. Once you become a better communicator, that is better means more effectively, you become more influential and achieve greater level of success. That is the thing. Now, the hierarchy of first thing is IQ, I told you, but there is a hierarchy of human intelligence. The first hierarchy is physical quotient, body awareness and skillful use. Second is IQ, mathematical and verbal intelligence. EQ is managing ourselves and our relationship. SQ is acting with inner wisdom guided by compassion. Physical quotient is nothing but what we say, a sound mind in the sound body. So we should understand that we need, that is, physical quotient is the function of your self-awareness at the most basic level. Self-awareness. I told you, you know, you have your limbs, you have your legs, you have everything inside you, outside you. But what for it is made? Made for what for it is made? What is the role? What is the function? How I should keep all those organs strong, effective? So that we should understand. It is the function of how well you are attuned to your physical well-being, how you treat your mind, body and spirit. You know, Gandhiji has told, when once asked a question on to give a definition on education, he said, it is the drawing out of the best from the body, mind and soul. So it is drawing out the best from the body, mind and soul. Best for what we are made of. We are best not of others, but what we are made of. So that is education. So first thing, you should understand your physical ability to detect and actively manage the balance of certain key chemicals through how we think, how we breathe, how we move, and how we communicate in order to achieve more stronger legs, and also we want to live happily. Okay, so this is called physical quotient, becoming conscious of yourself, conscious of your potential energy, conscious of your physical energy, both the things. Knowledge about your inner being and knowledge about your external being. So and that is called physical quotient. Physical quotient, I mean, Then comes the IQ or intelligence. Human intelligence, it is a mental quality that consists of the abilities to learn from experience. First of all, you're not coming to the education school, no? Formal education is not there. Informal education only, we learn many things. And informal education is only through experience. So out of that, we learn many things and adapt to new situations. We understand and handle abstract concepts and use knowledge to manipulate our own environment. Whoever is not able to adapt to the changing environment is not an intelligent person. Once, if you are intelligent, you should know how to adapt to a new situation. There are children who refuse to go to the hostel for higher education, saying that I cannot stay in the hostel, I cannot adjust in the hostel, I cannot get this kind of food, I cannot be comfortable, I have to adjust with others. All these things will irritate them and they will not go, they will not be ready to go and stay in the hostel. They want to be in the comfort zone. So that is not good. Whoever is ready to adapt to any new situation will taste success at an earlier period. You should go out of your comfort zone. That is what it says. Whoever is intelligent will be ready to go out of their comfort zone, learn more things, experience very many things, and through that experience, coming up in the ladder and achieve their goal. That is the role intelligent people will do. How you are going to assess your IQ? What is assessing IQ? It is IQ represents the score of a person receives after taking a standardized test to determine their level of educational intelligence. Now, here it is say you categorize people on the basis of the IQ. 1 to 70 low IQ, 71 to 84 below average, 85 to 115 average, 116 to 144 above average, 145 to 150 high, 160 plus is genius. Like that, we categorize people based on the IQ score. And it refers to the ability to think, to learn from experience, as I told already, to solve problem, to adapt to new situation. Intelligence also refers to the ability to reason, mentally focus, and process visual information, and have a working memory. That is called intelligent quotient. And you have different types of intelligence, like you have body kinesthetic intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence. And because multiple intelligence, we say there are, for want of understanding the intelligence, they have divided the general intelligence into multiple intelligence, referring to different areas. You have aptitudes also. So all these things come under your multiple intelligence side. And next comes your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, just a minute. Yeah, emotional intelligence is being emotionally intelligent involves turning your emotions, understanding them, and taking appropriate action. What are all the basic emotions we have? Say some of the emotions you have.
Anger.
Yeah, anger. Very good. Only that? Is it good or bad? Is it a positive emotion or negative emotion?
Negative, ma'am.
Negative, ma'am.
It is negative.
Happiness.
Happiness, very good. What else?
Frustration.
Frustration. Sad, okay? Sad.
Fear, ma'am.
Fear, very good. So all those things are emotions. So this, is it possible, is it good to show your emotions? For example, you are angry to everybody in the same frequency?
No, ma'am.
No. You cannot show either emotions or joy or happiness, anything. There is a limit, there is a percentage, and there is the issue. Like you should know how to reveal your emotions in the right quotient or in the right percentage to the right person. No. You cannot show you're angry to everybody as you show it at home with your mother or with your wife or with your children. No, it's true, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is called emotional intelligence, understanding how much emotions you can reveal to which person, in which situation, in which context. This is called emotional intelligence. Okay. The capacity for recognizing our own feelings and those of others, for motivating ourselves and for managing emotions well in ourselves, in our relationship, is emotional intelligence. This is defined by Daniel Coleman like that. But frankly speaking, emotional intelligence means it is to understand how much emotions we can exhibit, whatever may be the emotion, maybe positive or negative, how much it should be exhibited in different situation, to different people. That knowledge we should have. That is called emotional intelligence. We have these emotions give us moods. It gives our feelings. It affects the way that we feel. If you are emotional, it brings bodily changes also. If you feel shy, you will blush. If you feel angry, your eyes will turn red. No. So emotions will bring bodily changes also. Emotions will bring mood changes also. There will be changes of feeling, changes of your actions, and effects of emotions on perception, thinking, behavior, and on driving, motivation kuda, even it affects your motivational level. Okay, so personal and professional interaction heavily rely on emotional intelligence. Your personal relationship and also your professional relationship rely on your emotional quotient or emotional intelligent quotients, I could say, which surpasses traditional intelligence by emphasizing empathy, self-awareness, social skill, etc. So developing EQ skill is essential for fostering a very harmonious connection, for fostering harmonious connection and for resolving conflicts and for inspiring trust. A remarkable real life example, if I want to say, is I could give you an idea about the former chairman of Tata Group, the Ratan Tata. Through his exceptional EQ, he led with empathy, making thoughtful decisions that steered the conglomerate to great success. By implementing strategies such as active listening, also very important, the empathy cultivation and emotional self-regulations, individual can enhance their EQ and achieve personal and professional excellence. So emotional intelligence that is what we say today, more than IQ. If you have 60% of the IQ, that is enough. But what is needed is average IQ is enough, but more than that, you should have a balanced EQ. Emotional quotient should be a balanced emotional quotient and a supportive SQ, they say. What is supportive SQ? It is not social quotient. Of course, when emotional quotient is good, you will have your social quotient also good. Because emotional quotient is responsible for building relationship also. I am talking about something very special. The core quotient of all your intelligence is spiritual quotient. That is very important. So to lead a successful life, what we need is average intelligence, not to get, don't pressurize anybody to get 100 marks to show off your IQ. You average 60% is enough, but see that you are a normal person with a balanced emotions. Okay, and then you have for everything, have the habit of thanking the creator and walking towards the righteous path of our life. That is very important. That is spiritual quotient. The next is about emotions only. Body, mind, we say. Drawing out the body, mind, and spirit. Of course, spirit, it is something not tangible. But body, it is tangible. Your brain is tangible. Where is the mind? Could you see the mind? Could you draw the figure of your mind? Structure of your mind? You can draw the structure of your brain, but could you draw the structure of your mind?
No.
No. Why? Where is it?
Only
Whether it is in
functional
your
part.
heart.
Only
Pardon?
functional part.
It is
Not
only
anatomy part.
functional. Yeah, it is only functional. So you cannot see it. You cannot structure it. Okay. Mind is there in your brain only. Because all your thoughts only changes into feeling. I told you already, head, heart, and hand. There should be proper synchronization among these three parts. Your cognitive domain, your psychomotor domain, and your affective domain. Okay. So whatever your thoughts, feeling, everything emerges in your, it starts in your brain. From there, it goes to your heart. And from there, it goes to your psychomotor domain. Okay. If you see a beggar on the road, immediately you'll after perception, after seeing him, your mind will say, do something for that man. Thought emerges there. And then you develop a feeling in your heart, a sympathy, feeling of sympathy in your heart. Immediately your hands will go to your purse, and it will, you open the purse, you take the money, you give the money to him. So this is the chain of action. But when you perceive a person, you perceive through your eyes. You just get the sight of the beggar through your eyes, but reaches the brain, and the brain says something, and their brain gives the clue that you have to do something. That thought emerges there. Thought becomes your actions. Am I correct? So it is there in your brain. So mind, if you think of your mind, if you activate your brain fully, your mind will get activated. You will get positive charges. Okay. Next, this is the thing. Three parts of the mind. You have your cognitive part in the mind. You have your affective part in the brain and in the mind, and cognitive part also. Cognitive is thinking, IQ, reasoning, knowledge, experience, education. Affective, desire, motivation, attitude, preference, emotions, and values. Cognitive
Excuse
is
me, ma'am.
yeah.
Already you told feelings part in the heart, but now you are telling.
This is the point of origin. But activation is here. Whenever you say, I feel for a person, Aprina, you touch your heart. No, you have some feeling here also. You have some heaviness in your heart or some lightness in your heart. And that is because of the activation of the brain. Brain activates that. So your hand is also here. Your hands go to your purse. But where is the point of emergence? Where is the point of origin? That is in the brain. That is in the mind. Point of origin to do this action is in the brain. Angendha, you get the order for the action. You get the order to do something from the brain. And these are voluntary muscles. So only when you get the order from the brain, your hand works towards it. Otherwise, it will be simply there. So the origin of everything is the brain. Head and if your head is not, your hand is not coordinating with your cognitive part of the brain, then no use. You cannot show your skill to others. There should be coordination. It operates everything. It operates, your brain operates your heart. You see, if somebody is brain dead, like is alive, brain dead, what will be the condition of the person? Will there be thoughts? You cannot understand. Will there be feelings? In that person, he is alive. But without brain, what is the use? It is a vegetable life. So brain, the mind part, the brain is the core area which operates every organ of your body. Without brain, without potentials of the brain, without the functioning of the brain, everything is a waste. If it should be purposeful, the brain should be active. And to make the brain active, there should be voluntary effort from our side to make it more and more active, more and more positively oriented, like that. Everything, you should feed your brain with positive thought, not only your brain. See, our body is a very intelligent body where every cell has have a memory capacity. Every cell is intelligent, and whatever thought you feed, it gets stored in the cells also. That is what the Sadhguru's inner engineering says. Like every cell has the energy, and every cell has the memory capacity. So once you feed your body with one particular idea, particular thought, it gets stored in every cells, and it carries, the message is being carried to your brain. And the same person, if you feed the cell with a contradictory idea, that also goes and stored in the brain. But the brain get confused. How to act, what to give preference, like that. So always you have to give positive ideas, positive, you should talk positive talk. Self-talk must be positive. And you should feed every cell of your body with this positive energy. Then you can lead a positive and successful life. That is what said. Okay? Clear?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah. Knowing your emotion, managing your own emotions, motivating yourself, recognizing and understanding other people's emotion, managing relationship, and managing the emotions of others, or the components of emotional intelligence. You might have heard about this from many speakers. Here, this is the secret of happiness. That is, it is not doing what one likes, but in liking what one does. Okay. And see, these are the competencies we have to develop in ourselves. If you have to be an emotionally intelligent person, again, what I told in the beginning, be aware of yourself, knowledge about yourself. Gain knowledge about your inner self. That is self-awareness. Your emotional self-awareness. You should know about your strength. You should know about your weaknesses. They said SWOT analysis or something like that and all. You can undergo the process, understand your strength and weaknesses. You can diminish the weakness and you can strengthen your strengths. Like that, there are very many techniques nowadays available. Make use of it to make you understand yourself very well. The next is about self-management. After understanding your weaknesses, after understanding your strength, the opportunities you have, the threats that you have in your life, you should know to manage those things. And you need self-control. There should be transparency, adaptability. There should be an achievement drive. Achievement motivation is a different thing, and that should be there. I will tell you in the following slides, it will come, and initiative should be taken by you. The management, management is a very important area where we call management is there in nowadays, not only self-management, every aspect there is management, home management, hospital management, bank management, hotel management, like that. Everywhere they talk about this management concept. It has become a buzzword today. What is management? It is just planning only. What to do, when to do, how to do, where to do, by whom it should be done, like that planning. If you give answer to all the WH question, that is management. So you have to give, answer all the WH questions regarding yourself. Then you can manage yourself very well. Then social awareness. Once after understanding and managing yourself, it goes to, you extend yourself to the society. You become aware of the people around you, the living beings around you, the environment around you, what you have to do, how you have to be in a positive relationship, how you can establish with them, all these things, social awareness. And there we get empathy. You know what is empathy? It is feeling not for others. It is feeling with them. Understanding the pain of others, standing in their place. That is called empathy. And organizational awareness, then service orientation. After that, there is relationship management. Relationship management is not only with the management, relationship with the people working with us, even relationship with your own partners, life partners. Nowadays, this management is not working properly because so many cases of divorce in the divorce court, and that is the result of relationship management. And because of ego clash and other not understanding others from their point of view, expectation a lot from the other partner. These are all the reasons for conflicts in our relationship. So relationship management is very, very important in emotional intelligence, how you manage the relationship with others. So we feel first, next comes in this emotional intelligence, we feel first, then we think. That is, I told you, no. This is the amygdala area, seat of emotions, responsible for all your emotions. And if you have a fear like this, this is the brain stem, and this is medulla oblongata, and this is the prefrontal area. Here you see, next slide, if you, I should see, if you see a snake, immediately you take a short road and immediately you try to escape the situation. You just want to run away from the situation or the sight of the snake. But after going a little that side, you will think, I should not leave this snake like that. I should kill it or do something, or should make others also aware of the snake in that area. That like that you will start thinking, no, that is the thing. We say this is emotional hijack, we say. So immediate escape from the issue is emotional hijacking. But what we have, this is two pathways of neurobiology. One, the emotions, the brain takes a shorter route and a longer route. First, the shorter route, that is we feel first and then think later. That is, when we feel first, we take the shorter route. When we think later, we take the longer route. That is the sensory thalamus, the cortex area. After going around the cortex area to the amygdala, we'll have the responses. But immediate responses going to the amygdala directly from the sensory thalamus, action of running away from the scene. That is emotional hijack, we say. Then many a time we come across this suicidal tendency, and many have committed suicide. If they don't get marks, they commit suicide. If they don't get their life partner or whom they wish to marry, they commit suicide. If they are they encounter with problems of debts and other things, they commit suicide. Suicide for everything. Is that the answer for life? Life is a beautiful life. Once we get the life, we have to live the life fully well till the end. And in between, we should not commit ourselves to such activities. What is the reason for this suicide? Again, you must understand this, as I already told you. You should not feed your body with negative thoughts always.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, depression.
Yeah, depression leads to the feeling of suicide. Okay. Depression, before and all, during my childhood days or my youth days and all, we have not felt all those things because of loneliness at home, because of the influence of the social media and other things, expectation. You keep yourself an expectation, self-expectation, all this. When all these are not met with, you get into depression. And one more thing, less of physical activity, no dopamine in your brain. The secretion of dopamine and other happy hormones decreases because all the time you sit idle with a cell phone, just scanning through it, getting all good and bad, everything in that. So your emotions, there will be emotional ups and downs. You don't have faithful friends nowadays. All this leads to depression. But once you get an open atmosphere, once you go to play out, your dopamine will secrete. You just spare your time for constructive activities, creative activities. Instead of sitting and idle and doing nothing, you just share with your friends, establish your friendship, positive friendship, keep yourself engaged with good things. That will reduce your depression level. Depression on nowadays only we come across all these things: depression, hopelessness, pain, stress, all these things. Nowadays only I'm hearing too much anxiety. Of course, anxiety is very much, anxiety leads to depression. Why you are getting anxious? What is the reason? Nobody is going to give you any punishment if you are not doing your exams good. If you are not scoring 100, that is, you fix a target for you, above your level of capacity, and when that is not achieved, you get depressed. Don't keep that kind of expectation. எல்லாமே ஒரு நார்மல் ரேஞ்சில் வச்சுக்கணும். You should keep it in a normal range. If you get it, okay. If you don't get it, leave it. Next time you can try. If you fail in a subject, okay. Failure is the stepping stone for success. You get more experience through learning. Okay. So this is what you get upset because of your expectation only. Because you fix certain things, and when that is not achieved, you get depressed. Don't fix everything. Don't keep too much of expectation from others. Don't expect from yourself also. You are also not a static person. Every day you are changing. Whenever you get new experience, you change. Today you are a person, tomorrow you are a different person. And when you want to compete with, you just compete with yourself. Don't compete with others. You just compete. Today I am of this sort. Tomorrow what should be that? Today I have scored 40 marks. Tomorrow I should score 45. Don't compare or compete with a person who is getting already 100. So all these expectations leads to anxiety. Anxiety leads to depression. One after the other. Miseries never come alone, no? They come one after the other. Finally end with the suicidal tendency. So it's normal. It is all because of our own activities. We get all this. Don't get it. Nowadays, many medicines are available. You should prevent all those things by keeping yourself, give good exercise every day morning, do yoga, morning get up before sun rises, and you just go for a walk, play something, some like that. You engage yourself, give your physical body ample exercise, your mental body, your brain also ample exercise. You will be happy. But by being happy, you keep others also happy. By seeing others happy, you will become more happy. But all the time fighting with others because of ego, because of competition, because of greediness, jealous, all these things are the reason for your depression and other things. So that is the thing. When you are emotionally intelligent, this will all go off naturally. Okay, take home. Emotions are essential, of course, experienced by the brain areas. Expression is universal, and empathy is essential. Kindly let me know the time available after this to complete. Now, next is digital quotient. Digital quotient is essential in navigating technology-driven society. You are in a digital, I told you already, you are digital natives. I am a digital immigrant, and digital intelligence for you is more. In that way, I am an illiterate, I can say, but digital intelligence has something to do with the skills needed to use the technology more effectively. Chatting in the social media, all that is dangerous to your brain potentials. So you should understand both the positives and negatives in the digital world. And the digital quotient is essential in navigating the technology-driven environment. And this encompasses digital literacy, online presence, the ability to adapt to rapidly evolving digital platforms, strategies such as continuous learning, embracing emerging technology, and leveraging digital tools can improve DQ. But at the same time, what you have to understand is, see, there is a revolution in the industrial era because of this digital technology. You know, in and out of your computer, in and out of your...
Excuse me,
Yeah,
can you please show me the slide before of this? I was just reading those takeaways.
takeaways, that is...
No, the one before this, you know, about the stress one, the last.
Just a minute, just a minute. I'll show you after the class, huh? Shall I?
Okay, the 46 slide, I feel.
46, sir. Just a minute. This, sir? This one?
After this one.
Here is how you will benefit. This one?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Shall I continue with what I was talking about? You
Yes, ma'am.
take a screenshot of it. Why to write?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So here, this is what you should understand. You should gain knowledge, because what is there in today's digital world becomes obsolete tomorrow, and you cannot use it. Whatever knowledge you gain, you have to update your knowledge regarding this digital. That is this digital intelligence. But at the same time, you have to know when to disconnect yourself from this digital usage. Otherwise, you will encounter with number of problems. Even today morning, I got a video in my WhatsApp saying that it leads to altruism or something. No, it leads to uh, in children, it gives autism is on the increase because of too much of digital usage, and even the suicidal tendency. Many things they are telling. Anxiety is on the increase because of too much of mobile usage. All this, if you want to come out of it, you should know the right time to disconnect yourself from the digital world or digital gadgets, not the word digital gadgets. You should come out of it. Basic principles of digital intelligence: managing a healthy online identity, self-monitoring the screen time usage, identifying situations of harassment and managing them, detect threats and establish best practices, sharing of personal information discreetly, critical thinking, distinguish between the true and false, fingerprints, managing online presence responsibly, knowing long-term consequences, and empathy, feelings of both yourself and others. All these things you have to understand. These are the principles of digital intelligence. Then impact of overuse of digital gadgets. It affects your physical health. It affects your mental health. It gives serious impacts like substance abuse, there's cheating, sexuality, relationship, gender identity. Many families, they get break off because of this mobile usage. Very many stories I am hearing, and all because of Facebook, Instagram, and all other such platforms. Now, impact of physical health: slow psychological well-being, less curiosity, lower self-control, more distraction, more difficulty in making friends. They don't know how to talk facing the face of the people. Eye contact is very less nowadays. So less emotional stability. You cannot say small things also to your children. Even if you snap them slightly, they'll get angry. They will commit something else. So inability to finish the task, being more difficult to care for. Then mental health. Nowadays, brain tumors are on the increase, and there is dry eye disease is on the increase. You get cervical spondylitis, neck pain. Then there is also emotional strains. Next comes the adversity quotient. Very important. everybody, we feel, no, everybody turning obstacles, how we are going to turning the obstacles into opportunity. Anybody without a problem? For me, the life is bed of roses. Anybody is there? Anybody? It is full of roses?
No, ma'am.
No, it's not possible. And life, if it is like that, it will be a boring only. Only when we have adversity in life, it will be a challenging one. It will be an interesting one. Otherwise, life will be a boredom. It is adversity is necessary for us, because when you encounter an adversity or such a situation, your mind will start thinking about finding a solution for it.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
what is gender identity?
General identity. Gender identity.
Yes, ma'am.
நான் எங்க சொன்னேன்? I didn't mention about gender identity. Where is it?
மேம் நீங்க செல் பாக்குறதுனால இதெல்லாம் வரும்னு சொன்னீங்கல்ல,
என்னடா
நீங்க போன் மொபைல் யூஸ் பண்றதுனால இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் எல்லாம் வரும்னு சொல்லும் போது இது
ஆமா,
சொன்னீங்கல்ல.
பார்க்க என்ன ஜெண்டர் ஐடென்டிட்டி எங்க சொன்னேன் நானு? Gender identity na enna gender? Yeah, gender identity more serious. Yeah, a person will talk like with the girl's name, somebody will talk, and finally if you see it will be a boy, like that. So many things comes now. You cannot identify the gender. You will have a friendship with them, and that will lead to many other problems. So that is the thing.
Thank you, ma'am.
So AQ is a better index in achieving success than IQ. That is, if you are intelligent enough, you will be easily find a solution to a problem, but not always the case. But only when you have this adversity quotient, that is, and otherwise I could say resilience quotient nama sollalam. Resilience, finding out a solution for a problem. That is, when problems comes, you should not think that it is there to tumble you. It is only to make you more self-confident, more courageous. Like that, it is an opportunity to prove yourself. So it is an index of achieving success, and AQ is the most scientifically robust and widely used method in the world for measuring and strengthening human resilience. The resilience quotient measures how well someone can recover from difficulties and obstacles and also succeed despite of adversity. Building resilience and cultivating a positive mindset are essential for your personal growth and success. Techniques such as embracing failure as a learning. You should see every time when you get failure, you should think that it is a learning opportunity. And practicing self-care, developing a support network can strengthen your resilience quotient. For one such example, I could say is, you see, nowadays, when even day before yesterday, I saw in the paper a daughter of the auto driver got first rank or something, one among the toppers in the IAS UPSC examination. So for them, in spite of their difficulties, numerous challenges they face, they conquer what they want. That is resilience. You see in the Olympic boxer, no, Mary Kom, I have read her story, and she hails from a very poor family, overcoming those obstacles and achieving great heights through her unwavering determination. We should have that determination. Whatever comes in my way, whatever need is not satisfied, the lower order needs are not at all something very important for me. For me, the highest target which I have kept for myself, I should attain that. That is the unwavering determination. And you should know how to have the capacity to bounce back from setbacks, and you should have exceptional resilience to make you a successful person in your line of endeavor. Whatever endeavor, whatever area you are familiar with or you want to excel in, you can get success with this determination, unwavering determination. You just ignore all those obstacles that you come across. That is resilience. For everybody, resilience is very, very important. It's a process and outcome of successfully adapting to the difficult and challenging life experiences, especially through mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility and adjustment to the external and internal demands. Of course, there will be demands, both external and internal demands. You have to adjust to that. You should adopt flexibility, and through mental strength and emotional strength, you can achieve what you want. Building inner strength and bouncing back is resilience. Okay, this is adversity quotient, very, very important in life. More than important, more than your IQ and EQ, this adversity quotient is very, very important. What I could say. Then all this 5 pillars together, they make the resilience capacity in you. First thing, again, I am telling self-awareness. From the beginning, I am telling for everything, self-awareness, self-awareness, self-awareness. So for this also, you should aware of your strength and weakness, the purpose for which you are striving, that should be there in your mind always. You should be mindfulness. That is, mindfulness is always you should have that target in your mind. You should not go away from the target. Whatever you do, it should be related to the target. And in the same way, you should maintain the relationship, and you should take care of yourself, your mental care, your physical care, your emotional care. Everything includes in the self-care. So that is very important to develop this unwavering determination to achieve something. Okay, this is very, very important. Adversity quotient. That is, Maslow's need hierarchy is there. This is at the base, you have the physiological needs or biological needs. Then next, safety. Then need for love and belongingness. Need for self-esteem, self-actualization. So people are categorized on the basis of their wants, their achievements as quitters, campers, and climbers. As I told you now, I told one example now. A rickshawala daughter became a UPSC successor, and she is a climber. For her, she might have encountered all these challenges. She might not have adequate food, adequate clothing, adequate safety, security, concern. Then esteem needs very bad. It will be a situation. But once she achieved a target, all these will come automatically to them. No, they will get enough food, whatever they want, they could buy. Only when, without quitting, you reach your target. Whether if you wish to become a doctor, or you wish to become an engineer or UPS, IAS cadre, or anything like that, your target, you fix it according to your ability, according to your capacity. So whatever target you fix, keep yourself, your self ability should be taken care of. So that is the thing. There are quit tests. Adversity quotient is an index that measures how an individual faces and deals with the unpleasant situation. All this will become very unimportant if your target is there, working in your mind to achieve it. Disturbing you always while you're sleeping, while you are awake, disturbing you to reach that area. And that is, your lower order needs will not emerge. You will think only about your higher order need, and that is they are called the climbers. Where quitters tend to blame others. If the child didn't study well, if somebody asks why you are not studying, why you are not going to school, the child may say, I am not getting enough food at home, my father is not helping me in my education. All these things are blame excuses, and they will find fault with others. They become overwhelmed and allow adversity to endure longer than necessary. And there are campers, generally they work hard, they apply themselves, and they do what it takes to reach certain level. But after that, once their plan didn't work, they get tired. Campers tend to let adversity wear them down, and again they will start like this quitters. They will start blaming others for their poor attempt or about others for their failures in their life. They become tired or they become tense. Then they lose hope and faith when adversity is very high. The climbers, of course, are a rare breed of people who continue to learn, grow, strive, and improve until their final breath, who look back at life and say, I gave it my all. Climbers tend to be resilient and tenacious. They focus on solutions versus blame, and they are trusting people. So this is what adversity quotient. Everybody should develop this resilience capacity in them. And this is, of course, very hard. But with positive attitude and persistent effort, you can improve upon your potentials. What is needed is always feed your body with positive ideas, positive attitude, and you go in with persistent effort, not effort now and then, but persistent effort is needed, and you can improve upon your potential. This is called the modern definition for resilience. It is advancing. First thing, you should have a goal orientation.
Excuse me, madam. What
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
0 to 59, 59 to 170? What about that values?
Campus.
Campus
Campus.
mean 95
Well,
to
quitters.
130.
Quitters are 0 to 59. Quitting the place, quitting the job, quitting the studies, like that, they are 0 to 59.
0 to 59 mean what is the meaning?
Meaning they have any quotient you conduct a test, like, no, you have adversity quotient tests there. There the score, on the basis of the score they obtain, they have categorized people.
Okay, thank you.
Modern definition of resilience is advancing goal orientation, work towards your vision. Despite, be proactive, don't wait for adversity. Then adversity comes both large and small, everyday challenge we meet in our life, that is adversity. Adversity there, despite of your adversity, you advance towards your goal, that is called resilience. Okay, next, that habit you should develop in yourself. Now, the last one is spiritual intelligence. You get knowledge, as I told you, through your sense organs. They are the gateways of knowledge. We have 5 senses, and you all know what is it. But what is spirituality is something beyond that. It is the ability to recognize that there is an intelligence beyond the 5 senses. Okay, there is a universal power that creates and governs everything, within ourselves and beyond the world, we know. And that power is omnipresent. We can surrender to this supreme intelligence through our awareness. Only when we are aware of it, around us, always there is presence of some positive energy. And each people call it with different name. That positive energy, that force around us, that is called, we have to surrender ourselves to this supreme intelligence. We call it as supreme intelligence, and through our awareness. We call this universal power by different names as per our religious faith. Spirituality makes things easier for us to go through the life journey with all its ups and downs. It exists within us. It does not require great effort from our side to search for it. Spiritual wisdom doesn't need to involve any fables or mysticism or like that, and it does not require to be linked to organized religion. What is spirituality is living happily depends on how much we are at peace with our inner self, our core, our thoughts, our emotions, our beliefs. Our spiritual dimension gives us the strength to find a sense of inner peace, of both peace of mind and peace in the heart. It allows our inner values to steer through peaceful interaction. That is very important. One who is spiritually intelligent, they have a peaceful interaction with the world around us. You should know the world is created for our sake. God created everything, and finally he created human being, and he said, here is the world for you, go and rule it. How we are ruling it, whether we are overruling it ruling it or under ruling it, we have to get the answer for that. We have to go in peace with the environment, in peace with the people around us, in peace with the living beings around us, in peace with the environment. Are we all doing it? We are digging our own graves nowadays. It is just like cutting the branch of the tree where we are sitting on it. Our behavior is like that only. We are not having the sixth sense to protect ourselves. We say, let nature live to live. That is the slogan nowadays. But do we allow our nature to live in its own way? No, we are digging our own graves. If nature is not there, we are not there. We should think of it. That is, it is to find a sense of inner peace, of both peace of mind and the peace in the heart. And that is, as I told you, develops our concern for others, our concern for the mother nature, our concern for the living beings, and it improves our conscious effort to make a positive vibration in us, positive orientation in our life. That is spiritual intelligence. It is the central and fundamental of all intelligence because it comes from the source of guidance. Spiritual intelligence is the ability to grasp the meaning, value, and sense of worth in whatever we do and what want to do. SQ is all about wholesomeness, self-awareness. Again, here, self-awareness. Self-awareness, compassion, creativity, ability to think, ability to reason out, and all these together is spiritual intelligence. See, one thing you should understand. Human beings are different from animals and computers. You know why? Only because of this SQ. Animals, of course, they have their EQ. Computers can have their IQ, but not SQ. Also, neither animals or computer can ask why we have these rules or this situation, or whether either could be different or better. They work within boundaries defined for them. Let us explore how these three Qs are linked. Now, SQ allows humans to be creative, to seek answer to the fundamental questions and play an infinite game. What are all the fundamental questions? Once you start asking the fundamental questions of why, what is this life is for? What is the life? What is the life after death? What is this universe? How it is revolving? How all these planets are moving without touching each other? What is the force in between? All these things, slowly man is just finding out answers to very many doubts he is having. That is what philosophy says. Philosophy, it is to find out the answer to unanswered questions. We have to look to the ground of philosophy only. Without philosophy, you cannot get the answers for all such questions. So you should get answer for all the fundamental questions only when through your spiritual intelligence. The spiritual quotient is the sum of our intellectual quotient and emotional quotient. Mathematically, it can be expressed as below: SQ equal to IQ plus EQ. And the next one, this shows that IQ, that is intelligence, serial processing of the left brain, this parallel processing of the right brain, and spiritual quotient is synchronous processing of the whole brain. You have one left hemisphere, right hemisphere, reasoning, logical thinking, all this goes with your left, and emotional and parallel processing all goes with your right, and your synchronizing, that is your corpus callosum, that joins everything, that whole brain concept. No, one was that is why we call it, we want to develop integrated personalities, wholesome personalities. That means all be giving importance to IQ, EQ, and SQ. Now, one more concept I would like to say is, this is a later idea only. Maslow says we have different needs in our life, and if one is not satisfied, other higher order need will not emerge. That was his idea. But as I told you, in the resilience area, we can emerge from the lowest to the highest. Now, these are all the needs: physiological, safety, belonging, esteem, then self-actualization, other things. Now there is an upper rung of the pyramid, That is called transcendence, which is very, very important. When our cup is full, we should go, we should extend, or we should pour whatever we have in our cup to the betterment of the society. We should not be so self-centered, storing everything for us, for our next generation, for our third generation, for our fourth generation. That is not good. It is to, when your cup overflows, you should open, you should pour it in others' cup, in any form, in knowledge form, in feelings form, or in material form, any form. That is called transcendence. That is the higher form of achievement in a man's life. One finds full realization in giving oneself to something beyond oneself. For example, in altruism or spirituality, it is a desire to reach the infinite. Transcendence refers to the very highest and most inclusive or holistic level of human consciousness, behaving and relating as ends rather than means to oneself, to significant others, to human beings in general. That is called transcendence, giving yourself for the betterment. Service to man is service to God. Okay, that is the idea of fulfillment or fulfilled personality, self-actualized personality. Think of Mother Teresa, think of Gandhiji, think of so many personalities who have left the world, self-actualized people, how they led their life, what they have contributed to the society, and what we are meant for, what we are going to contribute to the society. And once you become successful, help others to become successful in their life. Life trains us to handle failures. We should realize if we have achieved everything, success is an awful teacher and failure teaches you more. Learn how money works instead of how to work only for money. Try to find passion in life and learn practical skills. Life is great when things are sorted and uncluttered there, and performance is potential minus internal inference. So try to live not in pieces, but in peace with oneself. You should have inner peace and peace with others also. Peace is the ultimate goal of every individual's life. We want to lead a life that is very peaceful, that is very happy, and that is very successful. And only when you collaborate with others, only when you relate yourself with others, when you establish a positive environment around you, you can live in peace. Peace, more peace. Peace will give you more peace and more peace and more peace. And not, if you live in pieces, that is the end of yourself and end of humanity. So wish you all good luck. Life teaches you a new lesson every day. If you are attentive enough to in the class of life, you will get very many lessons. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed the class. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, madam.
Thank you. Yes.
Hello. அந்த ஹைராக்கி ஆர்டரையும் ஏகியூவையும் சம்மந்தப்படுத்தி சொன்னீங்களே மேடம், அது கொஞ்சம் விளங்கப்படுத்தலாமா?
அதை சொல்ல அந்த ஏகியூவும் அட்வர்சிட்டியுமா?
ஓ,
அது அட்வர்சிட்டி எப்போ வரும் நமக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, when some needs are not satisfied. Okay.
Okay.
That becomes a challenge. If you have a demand for money to achieve something, that is a challenge for you. When you don't have proper food, that will be a challenge for you. Then all these needs, when you give importance to the lower order needs, the higher order need will not emerge. Okay.
Okay.
That is the thing. If you concentrate on the higher order need, all their lower order need will become diminished. And your concentration will be the one that you have kept for your life. That is what Maslow's need hierarchy theory, we learn this also. There are people for whom all these needs are being satisfied one after the other and they achieve self-actualization. But for all, it is not the same case. There are people who suffer poverty to the core. But still they would like, you see children sitting in the light on the road, studying. Why? They want to achieve something. No, they don't have proper light at home. They sit on the street and study. They achieve good, they get good marks. They grow. Have you seen that's such people? They are the climbers in life. If we are very much bothered about the petty needs, okay, we will not emerge high. That is the thing. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Class is over. Query. Question கேட்டுட்டு இருக்காங்க. Question கேட்டுட்டு இருக்காங்க. Shall I stop it? Okay, I'll stop it. Okay. Hello, sir. Is it okay for you with the explanation? Sir? Hello? Any more questions?
Ma'am,
Okay.
hello.
அடுத்த class இருக்கு.
Hello.
You have a class next, no?
Hello, madam.
Yeah.
Can I get the recording?
Recording, you should ask your organizers, my dear.
Ma'am, இந்த class எப்போ start பண்ணீங்க? Actually 7 o'clock நாச்சு. Just now I joined the class.
The next class, the teacher is ready for the next class, so I have completed the class. Now we are going to exit. We started by 4:30. Any more queries?
Yeah, can you please share this PowerPoint?
PowerPoint, it will be there with your organizers. I cannot send to each and every one of you. Sorry.
Can you share the
You just
organizer
ask, pardon, you just ask your organizers, and if, it will be easy
We can
for them
share
to
in the group,
circulate.
right?
Yeah. You
Okay.
can
Madam,
share.
can
But
you
they will be
share the
having a
organizer
copy.
number?
Pardon?
The organizer
Yeah,
will be having
if
a
they
copy.
ask, I will send it. No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much for the
Yeah,
session. It was really very informative.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine too. Sharing of
Madam,
knowledge.
can you share the organizer's number?
Pardon?
Please contact your coordinator. Ma'am?
Yeah, I
Thank
am
you.
going to exit
uh,
the session. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, all students.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.